And one thing, and I think what you're doing in that green scene is really truly awesome. So here's kudos to you, right? So because it takes sometimes, it takes one person to initiate it and get a community going behind. And I think you've pretty much accomplished that in Live Green, Connecticut. But what I think is amazing is how you get people to congregate to come together, even they're not into the green, they're not aware of being green yet or how to live green, but just attending events like this can be, can probably inspire somebody, who thinks of a product, a green product that can help the environment. Just from your networking within the the Green Drinks community, Daphne, this is one question I just kind of am interested to find out. How do you think the Green Drinks community and the Live Green community can help individuals or folks out there who are social entrepreneurs, because there's a lot of them right now, who are thinking about starting up enterprises that are pro-green? Do you have any thoughts about that? I mean, what's your experience?
I have a little story. I hope it's on point, but actually this gathering or this, like you say, you get people together in a room and you never know what's going to happen. So this is one story that I'm particularly fond of. So is there some feedback here? Or?
Just a little bit. It's just
a little bit. Yeah, you're fine now. I can hear you.
All right. So at our festival at Live Green, Connecticut, we had an organization there called Sustainable America, which is a national nonprofit that's located in Stamford, Connecticut. We had Leo Serino, who's the president of the Westport Electric Car Club.
Okay.
I don't know if you're going to know him, but he's amazing. Brilliant man. And then we had a company called Ituros, which is a family-owned business in Norwalk that has sold appliances for 45 years. So we had Ituros there at Live Green, Connecticut, because they sell a lot of Energy Star appliances, and he's a local business. So the owner of Ituros got to talking with Leo Serino of the Westport Electric Car Club, and Tony was like, well, what can I do to be greener? What can I do to have an impact? And because of the conversations that he had with Leo and with Sustainable America, Tony at Ituros ended up putting in a charging station in his parking lot at Ituros.
Cool.
So, and he was able to do that with the help of getting information from Sustainable America and Leo on how he ended up getting a grant. So the whole thing didn't even cost him a penny, cost him nothing. And now there's an electric charging charger in his parking lot. He would have never done that, he told me, if he hadn't come to Live Green, Connecticut and met those guys.
Oh, awesome.
That's not exactly a business case for somebody starting an adventure or anything. But that's how change happens. Is you get one person talking to another. They're like, well, what do you do? What do you do? And then all of a sudden, Tony has a charging station in front of his store. So now when people come to buy an appliance, they see that charging station.
That's true.
And how good is that? How cool is that? That awareness, and then he's part of this new infrastructure of charging stations. So. It's a regular mainstream kind of store, and that's the kind of thing that really excites me, is when you have what people would think of as a traditional store with something that is really not traditional, such as a charging station.
It's a great story. Sandra, I just want to ask you quickly, because I know Seattle's a pretty active green scene too, right? Have you been involved, or have you attended any of the green drinks in Seattle?
Yeah, so I've been once or twice. For some reason, I've had a really challenging time staying in the loop of when they happen. Around here, I guess you're supposed to add them on Facebook, and it took them almost a year to allow me to see what was going on. So that was just like a little bit frustrating, because it's definitely a community I want to be a part of. And my business is applicable to what their mission is, right? So if a bunch of people are using me to run their errands, I'm taking that many cars off the road every single time. So if I have a small company that I'm working for and all 16 of their employees need me to go to Costco for them, I'm saving those 16 trips. Like, that's something substantial. That does add up when you can do that on a bigger scale. And so I've been really, like, Green Drinks is great. It's definitely a community that people are really excited about. It's really popular in Seattle to go green. I mean, we have Teslas everywhere. Tesla charging stations everywhere. I don't know if you guys are, I mean, you guys are familiar with the Tesla car, right?
Yes.
Oh, they're beautiful. We have, at the car rally, we have about 20 of them.
Yeah, so one of the coolest things about Teslas is that now the Supercell charging stations are
Wow.
splattered across the country. And right now it's actually free to recharge your car at these Tesla power stations. So Tesla, if you own a Tesla, granted you need the $100,000 or so to buy a Tesla, but if you have one, it's actually the cheapest way to get from coast to coast. You can actually get from the West Coast to the East Coast for free in a Tesla. So these kind of ideas are, yeah, very cool.